Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's gonna be a different, not a different kind of video. It's not gonna be a review video, but it's gonna be a different kind of review video. Only because this book today, it's so messy. I can't even construct it in a way to make it coherent to my usual book review format. So I'm just going to rant about it because it's that bad. It's okay. Let me get off of the the the, the hate soapbox for a minute. When I say bad, when I say bad, I mean the characters are bad, the plot points are bad. Let's just get into it. Okay, so today's book is Master of His Fate by Barbara Taylor Bradford. Um, See, I started like I usually would, and now I'm reverting back to what I usually do, and I can't with this book. So okay, maybe I can, just like slightly. So this book starts off with James Faulkner wanting to be a renowned entrepreneur in the market stall business, whatever that means for Victorian times. I think it specifically says about like carpentry or something. I'm not sure. Um, so we follow him into his wants, and then we see him. Excuse me. Excuse me. Uh, we see him. Oh my gosh, we see him getting mugged and beat up by some guys that we don't even find out who, with his friend. His friend and him, they get beat up and mugged. Um, then it's him. Then later on, meaning like 3 chapters later, I think, or 4. We find him in the hospital, and his friend is in a coma or something. And then we cut to like 5 or 8 years later, and his friend is dead. Okay. Um, we don't find out who the killer is, who beat them up, or why. Anyway, in the hospital scene 8 or 5 years before, we see him talking to his grandmother, who says that if he really wants to pursue the entrepreneur market, that he should go with his cousins. Okay, so 5 or 8 years later, he goes with his cousins. Apparently, he was there for like a year before we. Anyway, yeah. Um. So it's that we're with him and his cousins. Then one of his cousins is apparently jealous of him. We don't know why. He doesn't know why. But James ends up with an affair with a widowed woman, and and um something happens where the cousin alludes to his affair, but because we are in James' head, this is in third person. This is in third person. We are in James' head, so so we don't know, and and he doesn't know if he had seen him with her. But he says he says to himself, so he either knows or he's just really good at guessing. We don't find that out either. So that's one timeline. This the other timeline is this woman named Alexa Malvern. She's a prestigious high-born woman who, with her friends, really, with one of her friends, create this home for women who are being domestically abused. That's great and all, but then we drop it. She drops. Okay, not she. The book. The book drops this whole thing when she meets her friend's father and is enticed with him. Alexa's like Alexis is like 21 or 22 or something like that, and the father's like 40, and or 50, one of those two. It's the fact that her best friend, that's her best friend's father. In another timeline, they could be related. So it's anyway. Any to the who. So yeah, they have a relationship which is really, it's really not love at, it's lust at first sight, then it becomes love into first sight, because it's lust at first sight, then it becomes love, as you do. Well, maybe it's not that it's maybe it's not that uncommon, but anyway, so they have sex within like, who am I kidding? I'm not going to reread that. They have sex within like maybe 21 pages into her POV, which is not like 21, more like 35 pages or something like that into her POV. Then they do it again. Oh, by the way, and this is all at the guy's other house. He has like another ranch or something. So that's at the other house. Then the next time we see her, he asks her father's for her hand in marriage. Then, okay, she says yes, because obviously. A week before the wedding, he dies. And she's distraught. She's distraught. And it's, it was such a flimsy relationship anyway, it really didn't matter. I mean, it mattered, but it didn't really matter, you know? So, and I'm laughing just 'cause it's so absurd. So, after she buries her about to be husband, or was to be husband, were to be husband, grammar. She goes back to involve herself with her business again, and does that for a long while. Apparently, Jack the Ripper is in this book too. He's really only mentioned like twice, and there's nothing to do with him at all. Like at all. It's just the mentions of Jack the Ripper and her and her father's concern for her. And really, that's it. And I really wish they, and I wish that they at least did something with that, but they didn't. It's it's like this author had so many unfleshed out ideas and didn't know how to flesh them out, and so she just used the unfleshed part and just wrote that. So towards the end of the book, and to be honest, I'm probably missing like a good chunk of it because it's been months since I read it, because I finished this book I think back in like March or something, and then quarantine happened and I read like a bunch of other books, and so towards the end, James and Alexis meet, and okay, that part I can at least like freshen up real quick. That's the acknowledgements. Yeah, they have like their relationship development is as long as the other two, which means we don't know the end result. I don't know if there's gonna be a sequel. God, I hope not. Okay, so I should probably say that this book really was my target. It really was. I love Victorian, I love historical fiction. If you haven't gotten that off of my channel yet, but this one really disappointed me. And look at this cover. Does that look like at all what I just described very crappily to you? Anyway, yeah, wait, yeah, and like, okay, so the reason that they meet is because James, now being a renowned, or at least a really well-known entrepreneur, he gets called on by Alexis' father to do some work, I think in Paris or something, and so they meet through that, and then they have this like little like banter throughout the trip. It's really undeveloped, and so that's my rant, explanation / review of Master of His Fate. If you guys know me, which you kind of do, kind of don't, you know that I am very careful with my books. Very careful. This has a rip in it, and yep, see? And I didn't even notice until I saw it, and I was like, eh. That's how bad this book is, guys. So, 1 out of 4 stars for me. Yeah, 1 out of 4 stars. And I'm really sad because every time I look at this cover, I get excited, but then when I remember all that's in it, I get sad. So yeah, guys, that's my review of Master of His Fate. If you want to check out the absurdness of this whole book, well, check it out. I found it at Barnes and Nobles. I'm sure some other like book depository I think has it. Don't quote me on that. But or Amazon probably has it too. But yeah, guys, this is the book review. Have a good day.